Hi honey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, I'm Teknikolour. Today I have a cozy limited pack speed build in Brindleton Bay using only the base game, cats and dogs, and kitchen clutter. If you're looking for more fun The Sims 4 builds like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And if you'd like to help support my content in a big way, you can use my EA creator code, Teknikolour, at checkout on the EA app when grabbing Sims packs or even other EA games like Split Fiction or Dragon Age. It gives me a small 5% commission at no extra cost to you, and it really helps me continue making content like this full time. This build is set on the Bedlington Boathouse lot in the Cavalier Cove neighborhood of Brindleton Bay. This is one of my favorite lots to build on because it's on the smaller side at 20 by 20 and has perfect beach access from the back of the lot. I had originally intended for this to be a limited pack and starter home build, but somehow I just couldn't keep the simoleons down. I actually started working on the back of this build first because I wanted it to feel as if the front of the house is facing the water, which is a type of lot that I feel like we are missing in The Sims 4. This 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom home is on the smaller side, but I feel still has a spacious kitchen and living space with room left over for a desk and foyer area. Plus, there's a large porch that leads right into the backyard, which makes this home perfect for 1 or 2 Sims with a furry friend. There's even a little fire hydrant in the yard for the pooch. Brindleton Bay is one of my all-time favorite worlds to build in, and I actually built a much larger home in this world for my Around the World's Legacy playthrough over on my Twitch channel. If you'd like to see that build, I'll link it down below, but it was also inspired by a waterfront type of home, but I built it on the It's a Good House lot in Sable Square. If you'd like to know a bit more about my pack or world-based Around the World's Legacy challenge, I'll drop a link to the rules and my Twitch channel down below. I stream The Sims every Thursday, and right now in my Legacy challenge, we're focused on island living, and my Sim and his merman husband are living in Sulani with their triplets and immortal cat, Pickles. It's a lot to dive into, but I guarantee it's a good time. Back to this house. We've got an open concept living and kitchen dining area. While this isn't starter home friendly in terms of building, I think it's a perfect house to start off with if you're looking to begin your next adventure using cats and dogs. While we're also using the new kitchen clutter kit here, if you don't have it, you really only have to replace the fridge and swap in your preferred clutter items. Though I will say, I recently was able to check out the newest kits, including this one on my Twitch stream, and did a giveaway of each, thanks to EA, and I was really impressed with the kitchen clutter kit specifically. If I'm being honest, doing limited pack builds is probably not my strong suit, but I know that a lot of you have been asking to see more of them, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Normally, I go all out with my builds, like last week where I built a dual small business residential where your Sim lives in a lofted apartment and runs the cafe downstairs or the historical library next door. That build was actually based on a building I had seen while walking around on my recent vacation to Denmark. Still, it was really fun focusing on just one expansion pack for this build. I really only added in the kitchen clutter kit as an afterthought. So maybe I'm getting better at doing limited pack builds. Let me know what you think in the comments. Right now, we're actually beginning to see the interior of the build take shape. Most of the furniture that I placed originally was just meant to be placeholders, but I ended up sticking with most of these items. For the kitchen, I used the cabinet set that we received as part of that big base game update earlier this year. I knew that I wanted light to stream in from the front of the house, so I added in a couple of windows on their front wall above the sink too. However, I wanted to limit the amount of windows on the side wall so there aren't any windows there until you get to the living space. I cut this out of the video, but I did have a table and chairs here around where the bar counters are right now, but it didn't make a ton of sense spatially. Plus, I end up giving myself a bit more room by shortening the bathroom to 1x3. I added in a desk because I felt like the house definitely needed one, but I wasn't sure where to put it. I liked it in the front by that floor-length window, but I thought it looked weird when looking at the space from the exterior. Once I added in a bookcase into the foyer area, I knew that that item fit way better into the living room, so I moved the desk out into the main living space. As a bonus, now it adds in a more defined pathway towards the back door. I might be in the minority here, but I adore the rope rugs that came in cats and dogs. I don't know if I would have immediately went to this type of rug, if picking out the type of rug for this expansion pack, but now I can't separate them in my mind. They just go hand in hand. I remember growing up, my grandfather had rope rugs just like these in his house, and as a little kid, I'd play with the random assortment of toys he kept in a cauldron he had hanging above his electric faux fireplace. This was basically just plastic, painted to look like the wooden logs that lit up when you plugged it in, that he just put in his actual fireplace. I have no idea why he had a cauldron. I never questioned it as a kid, and I don't think any of my cousins did either. We just all played with our communal toys from the fireplace cauldron. So there I'd be, just driving a semi-truck on the living room rope rug. If you've ever wondered why I use these rugs a lot in my builds, that's the reason why. This build is obviously meant for a sim with a dog, and I think dog owners would recognize 2 puppy prime real estate places in the front of the house. That foyer area has a spot for a little toy chest, but also a random ottoman and a little bench. You might think that those are there as a helpful place to put your shoes on, but no. They are there for the dog to watch the world go by and share their excitement that you've returned home from work. In the bedroom, I used Tool to shift a mirror down to make the dresser sort of into a vanity. I've done variations on this before, but this time it turned out unexpectedly good using these 2 items. Above the desk, I added a shelf and used Tool to tilt a wall-mounted piece of art, which I've done in almost every single build since I've learned that trick from my friend Nick. This time, I ended up using one of those 4 or so frames from Cats and Dogs, but a swatch I've definitely never used before in my life because I didn't even recognize it. Speaking of items I don't typically use from this pack, I use the Cats and Dogs bathroom items. Sink, toilet, medicine cabinet, in the bathrooms. I don't hate these items. I just feel like they don't always fit in well to other builds. Plus, once when I was building on stream, someone mentioned that the toilet seat looks so weird and uncomfortable that it's fully changed my perception of the Cats and Dogs toilet forever. Again, I use the kitchen clutter kit in this build, but you definitely don't need it if you were to download this off the gallery. It more just adds to the overall feel of the space, but any clutter items would work well here. I did use 2 of the paintings next to the bathroom door that you might not realize is from the kit, but anything could go in that spot. I just really dig the art in that kit. But since we're nearing the end of the speed build, let's hop into the game and I can give you a quick tour. Here we are in the game on the Bedlington Boathouse lot. And I just think that this is so cute. Like, it's very small. It's very small. I doubt that this would be considered a small home if you had tiny living, but again, you've got a little backyard space for the dog, you have some little gardening planters, and you have this porch. But that's mainly all there is on the exterior. I didn't go crazy with the landscaping. And then, of course, you go inside and you come in the front door and you have this little foyer area over here. Then you have the bathroom, we have the kitchen, and you have the living space over here, and then you have the dining area. I probably could have put like a little runner here, but I feel like either the runners are too small or I just don't know what to do with them. So I always end up not using them. And then of course you have the bedroom over here with the ensuite bathroom, and it has a little shower. So realizing now that you probably can't wash your dog, but you could add it in. Oh my god. I knew I was going to forget something. But anyway, don't forget to use my creator code, Teknikolour, if you're planning on grabbing Cats and Dogs, Kitchen Clutter, or any other Sims packs. While it isn't a discount code for you, it does help take a small portion of your sale out of EA's pockets and help support my channel and keeps content like this coming. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to download this build, you can grab it off the gallery using my EA account ID, Teknikolour. Drop a comment if you'd live here, or what world you'd like to see me build in next, with or without limited packs. Plus, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. But I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye!